There's two teras.
Yeah, I have my iPad for video sharing. I mean, for screen sharing, sorry.
Wow, look at the background, Teran.
Oh yeah, I'm at Hogwarts.
Look at the background. Irala, irala.
Hey, John, we don't have to have our camera on, right?
What?
We don't have to have our camera on, right?
Too many people talking.
This is Landon. I'm asking, we have to have our camera on.
Oh, no.
I bet.
Good morning, y'all.
Angel.
I'm gonna give people 30 more seconds.
Someone do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Carlos, shut up.
Hey, miss, do we have to wear uniform while we're on here?
No, just wear appropriate clothing.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't have my polo on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought we had to wear uniform. I was like, all right.
I thought about making a joke, being like, where's y'all's polo? I'm gonna give you all detention. But it wouldn't work.
Oh, good one.
All right, guys.
Gabby, is that a princess?
Let's start it. I'm gonna mute all of y'all, okay?
Mood.
All right, so about half of you guys joined. That's pretty cool.
No, you can't, Angel.
Hey, Kenji, I muted you already. Stop it. I'm gonna make it to where you guys can't unmute yourself. There. All right. So I'll try to make this as quick as possible. I don't want to take, hang on, because there's like a huge echo. Can someone nod their head if you can still hear me? Okay. So I just want to go over a few things. One of them, hang on. So a couple of things. I kind of threw a whole bunch of stuff into Google Classroom for you guys. I'm going to explain all of that. But first, I want to explain a couple of things and just expectations. So I know Mr. Pacina started yesterday with the Zoom. Please be respectful, guys, on Zoom. Like, we don't have to do these live classes. We can do just videos. I think it's a little bit more fun if we do the live classes. There's a little bit more participation, and I get to talk to you guys for a minute. So make sure that you guys are trying, like, just to be on your best behavior. Also, I could just kick you out and you don't come back in. So you'll get to watch the video later. So don't make us do that. And if I'm talking weird, it's because there's an echo and it's bothering me. If you have to go to the restroom and stuff like that, just go and then come back. Like, it's not really a big deal. Just be respectful. Make sure that you guys are wearing appropriate clothing. Like, don't be like half naked in this. That would be. Somebody joined and didn't name it. Should I let them in? Oh no, I unmuted you. Stop it. Okay. So super easy guidelines. Those things. All right, so real quick, a couple of things. just specific to my class. So I'm technically I have this whole hour and a half for you guys. I'm probably not going to use the whole hour and a half to be lecturing. What I'm probably going to do, it'll be like 20 to 30 minutes of giving you guys some instruction or giving you guys some guidelines of the work that we have to do. But the work is not like super crazy. And then the rest of the hour-ish that's going to be left is going to be for you guys to work on this, work on your journal, and then work on some reading. Eventually, I will give you guys some, like a reading, like a book assignment. You'll be able to pick your own book. I put a whole bunch of books there. No, you're not going to read all of those books. You're just going to pick one. So far, does anyone have any questions about anything?
Miss, I have a question about the journals.
Yeah.
Like, what are we supposed to, like, is there a specific thing that we have to write about? Because we're literally just home all day. So, like, what are we going to write about?
So you can write about anything. So keep it as like a journal for yourself of like what's going on. And then 2 of them have to come from reading an article. So I provided like a list of links there, and you could even use any other articles, and it's just a response to it. Like think of it kind of like an argument essay where you're just telling me your thoughts of what you think about it and why.
Okay.
So then
That
it's
make
gonna
sense?
be like, it's Landon, by the way. It's gonna be like how we were supposed to be doing it with the journals and the articles, like all that stuff. Like we were supposed to be doing it in the beginning of the year.
No, not like that either. It's literally, okay, you remember when I used to put quotes on the board and I would tell you like, write what you think, like what's
Yeah.
the argument, why do you think that way, and all of that.
Yeah.
So very similar to that, but now you're just kind of going off and giving your opinions and why you're giving your opinions, and you're just making it 1 to 2 pages.
Hey, miss, I have a question.
Wait, Teran. Okay, so 2 of them are supposed to be like research, and then the other 2 are supposed to be personal, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and those 2 personal ones, do they have to follow a specific format, or like can we just put them as a paragraph?
You just put them as paragraphs, just 1 paragraph all the way down. That's fine. It's literally for you. I did put an example on there, so hopefully that helps too.
Can
Okay.
you paraphrase the articles or no?
Can you replace the articles or what?
Can we paraphrase the articles?
Yeah, so if you look at my example technically follows one of the articles. All I did was read the article and then respond to it. So it doesn't really
Is
have
this
to include
online?
quotes. Is it what?
Is it online or is it like a physical notebook?
It's online. So I provided a link on
Okay.
Google Classroom. And you don't, so the other thing, don't turn them in. Because if you turn them in, you can't work on them anymore. But I can go physically and just look at what you're writing.
Wait, so we don't turn them in?
Don't turn it in. I
Like
can
anything?
still see your work.
Oh, okay, because it's shared, I'm guessing, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right.
I learned a new setting in Google Classroom where if I make a copy for everyone, then I can just go back in there.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, and then someone asked what classes are using Microsoft Teams. For 1st grade, I think it's only your electives, and even then, not all of them, but maybe all of them. I can't give you the specifics, but I know Mr. Brotzman is using it, and I want to say that Mr. Mireles is using it, and I know for sure Miss Alma Garza, the Spanish teacher, is using it.
No.
Okay, so you're okay on journals?
Yeah.
I might switch journals as far as like how many you need for the week, but for now, stick with the 4 of them.
So we just need this for the week.
I'm
No hay
sorry?
un día para entregarlos específicamente.
Well, they're all due on Friday.
Okay.
So
Miss,
Monday.
is the journals like how we had to do them before?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's because I'm starting to Google Classroom, so I don't know what.
So log on to Google Classroom, and if you have any more questions on journals, ask me later.
Hi, Jahida.
All right, I'm gonna mute you again. All right. So journals is one of the things I wanted to cover. The other thing, sorry, I have a checklist. That way I don't remember. We're going to do, and I'll set this up later next week, but I am going to put another, I know I have a question up there already. That's for like ADA, so make sure you all answer it. Tell your friends who aren't on here to answer it as well. There's like 45 people missing, but 57 is a good turnout. It's more than I expected. Make sure you're answering those polls because we do call you guys every single day if you don't answer them. Yesterday we called like 5 people because they didn't answer. We need to make sure that one, you're alive, and 2, that you're working on stuff. So if you're logging onto Google Classroom to complete the poll, we're going to assume you're working on things until we have to grade things and when we notice. At the end of the week, I'm gonna post actually I'll put it after class, but I'm gonna post a poll. This is just for like specific to my class, and it's gonna ask you what book you wanna read. There are 4 different options, or there are a couple of different options. Sorry, I lost track of my options. So you're gonna have The Other Wes Moore, The Color of Water, The Glass Castle, Between the World and Me, and Born a Crime. I have Educated on there, but Educated is really long and you would have to be reading like 50 pages a week, and that's kind of a lot, I think, for you guys. Some of you might have the time, so I guess I can leave it up there if anyone wants to read it. But all of the other ones I put, when I uploaded them to Google Classroom, you can look at there's kind of like a plot summary. So I'll put a poll, and then you guys just answer the poll and whichever book you want to read, because then I'm gonna not even put you in groups, but the goal is that once a week you'll have a blog post to answer. Essentially, I'll ask you a question and you have to answer by a specific day. I think I put on here that you would answer. I would put it on Mondays and then you answer it by Wednesday. And then by Friday, you have to respond to 2 of your peers' like responses. So it should be pretty straightforward as long as you're keeping up with the reading. But that's how I'm going to be checking on you, making sure you're reading, because then you're gonna need to know what's going on. Any other questions? I did do Liana, I did do a summary for each book that's in the instructions for all the, or not the instruction, but it's the like where the book is. Before you click on it, it should be right underneath there. I literally copied it from Wikipedia. No, you're not going to pick up the book at school. The book is online. It's a PDF. So the question is just to see which book you're going to pick. There's not necessarily a test, but I will have you do a project a little later. Any other questions on this? All right, so again, there'll be more on that later, but I wanted you guys to just have an idea. The next thing that I'm gonna do, I know some of you guys are on your phones, and that's fine. You don't have to necessarily be working on it at the same time, but I'm gonna do my screen share, hold on. I'm hoping this works. Can you guys see the other Taran? I tried this earlier, but it didn't work. Okay, never mind. This isn't gonna work. I'll figure it out by Thursday for the next class. But if you guys look, so a couple of things I wanted to show you guys, and I'll just put it on there. For this week, what you're gonna be working on is gonna be it's like a mini unit on citizenship. So a lot of it, I think, connects to what we've been working on right now, or what not working on, but looking at with the world right now and just kind of going over the different things that are happening in the world. I think I'm going to focus more a little bit on that. So if you look on there, I'm going to post a copy of my screen, or my, like a copy of the first page, so you know what I'm talking about just for each question. and then it's going to be your job to answer the questions. But all of it is pretty simple. I'm going to read it out loud just so you guys know. But it's a big universal idea is an abstract noun or brief phrase about which most of humanity will have a concept, familiarity, or understanding. The big idea is a foundation for reading rhetorically. So you know how at the end of like your conclusion, you're typically connecting it, like you have a call to action to something to make something better whenever you're writing your essays. What's the same thing now? We're talking of and looking at those specific big ideas, like what they are. So I'm gonna, again, since I can't share with you, I'm gonna post a copy of it. That way you guys know what you're doing or what you should be doing on there. And so this is kind of like the part where it'll be like on Thursday where I'll just talk to you guys, show you guys what's going on, what you need to do for about a 20 to 30 minutes. And if you have questions, I'll just like, I'll help you out with the questions, but I'll upload an example so you're not completely lost.